Well, the Major League All-Star Game is set to take place next Tuesday. The game was relocated from its original location of Atlanta, Georgia to Denver, Colorado because of the Major League Baseball cave to wokeness over Georgia's voter integrity initiative. Well, now our next guest is calling out the MLB and other woke companies as part of a blistering new $1 million ad campaign. Watch this.
Commissioner Rob Manfred moved the All-Star Game from Atlanta, parroting dishonest, partisan talking points. Why is he making baseball political anyway? Because of his terrible record. Viewership way down, ticket prices way up, sketchy deals in China. Ticketmaster's parent company is going woke. They want you to forget about the ridiculous service and convenience fees they charge that nearly double ticket prices. Ticketmaster got caught hacking their competitor to keep customers from getting lower prices. And parent company CEO Michael Rapino laid off workers in droves while raking in millions.
All right, joining us now is Consumers Research Executive Director Will Hild. Will, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, I look at both of those ads, right, and I go, okay, whatever that guy Rapino from Ticketmaster, Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, right? This is what I think they call in the PR world a name and shame campaign. But I don't really see the call to action. That's what I want you to explain to me. What do you want someone who watches that ad and say, you're right, Rob Manfred's done a bad job as commissioner of the MLB, and Rapino, I hate getting all these fees from Ticketmaster. What do you want the viewer to do that sees that ad?
Well, as the nation's oldest consumer protection organization, we have a 91-year pedigree of standing up for the consumer in the marketplace and amplifying their voice. And that's the purpose behind the Consumers First initiative. We're not in the business of telling consumers what they should do, but this all started because we saw a phenomenon of companies trying to cover from their mistreatment of their customers and their misdeeds in the marketplace by going woke and cozying up to woke politicians. And flat out, this is a very simple message that we're delivering to corporate America is that it's not going to work. If you think you're going to distract from the ways you mistreat your customers, from, in the case of Ticketmaster, the felonies you committed, we are absolutely going to shine a spotlight on all those issues if you think you're going to distract by going woke.
Okay, well, so to piggyback off of what Sean's saying, what is your metric for success here? Because what's the call to action for the person watching that ad? How do you say, hey, this $1 million ad was worth it? How do you measure that?
Absolutely. Well, it'll be worth it when we see the end of this phenomenon. As I said from the beginning of the Consumers First initiative, we launched against Coca-Cola, Nike, and American Airlines, the first three companies targeted. We are not going to go away. This is going to be the multi-phase campaign. And until we see an end to the phenomenon of companies mistreating their consumers and then trying to go woke to distract from it, it's just we're going to keep naming and shaming them and completely diffusing their strategy of trying to distract from their problems. Okay,
so like I said, I get it. I think I look at that ad and I'm going, okay, he hasn't done a good job. But let's say that MLB, all the owners go, they see that ad and they say, you know what? They're absolutely right at Consumers Research. We need to get rid of Rob Manfred. I wonder, does that create the change that you want, right? I want MLB to change. I don't know that the CEO is really the problem. Or do you think differently?
Well, I think what the problem is that companies for too long have seen it work. They've seen themselves get positive press from left-wing outlets like New York Times and Washington Post, and they've had their issues, their skeletons in their closet covered for. No one's talking in the New York Times about Nike's problems with forced labor in their production chains or Coca-Cola's problems with forced labor. No one's talking about, Ticketmaster, up until recently, Ticketmaster, committing felonies. Or MLB's shady deals in China because they had cozied up to woke politicians and woke media outlets. That's come to an end because now we're shining a light on those things. So I do absolutely think that this affects change because they realize it's not going to work. And people like Rob Manfred and Doug Parker at American Airlines and Michael Rapino at Ticketmaster are no longer going to be able to sit there in their boardroom and think, well, I just had to admit that my company committed multiple felonies. How do I get some positive press? I'll just sign on to some condescending New York Times letter that throws big portions of the country under the bus.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I looked at that ad for MLB and Ticketmaster and said I wouldn't want to be one of those CEOs. I get it. I think that CEO is going, I don't need Will throwing up another 7-figure ad coming after me and having to tune that in. So I get it. I think it's fascinating what you guys are doing, and I appreciate it. when you do more, please come back and share them with us, will you?
Absolutely, absolutely. As I said again, I'll say it again. Or I said before, I'll say it again. We're not going away until we see this phenomenon end. For consumers who would like to learn more, they can visit us at consumersresearch.org. That's consumersresearch.org.
All right, well, see you soon.
Thanks so much.